Hey everybody, welcome to the new video. In this video, we are going to create a month and year picker using Jetpack Compose in Android Studio. So as you can see, you can select the year by clicking the right and left arrows, and you can select the month by clicking on the month. Example, if I click on the January, it will select the January. You can select the whatever month you wanted to select and just click OK, and it will automatically give you the month and the year. So in this video we are going to build this month and year picker using Jetpack Compose. So let's get started. So now I'm in my Android Studio and I'm just going to create a new file, Kotlin file here, name as a month picker, our file, and there's something in the warning. I've got it here. Just ignore this warning. We're going to create a composable function name as a month picker. So that's it. So we are going to take some parentheses right here. The first parameter will be visible. It will be a boolean type. Next we are going to get a current month. It will be of integer. Then we are going to take confirm button click, and it will have a lambda function right here to return a unit, and we are going to pass here an integer, and then we will have cancel click. And it will just return a empty lambda function. So here in this month picker, we are going to first create a variable where of months, where we will have all of our months. So we will create a list, and in this list we are going to add all of the months like January, so here I have added all the months. We have 12 months here, and then we are just going to create a variable name as month by remember. It will be a mutable state, of course, mutable state of, and here we will pass the current month. Sorry, we will not pass the current month. Here we will pass the months, and in the months we want to select the current month. And that's all. Just a minute. Import. So next variable we are going to take is year. It will also be a mutable state of let us pass the current year, and it will be a integer type, and here we will pass the current year simply. Then we will create an interaction source, source equals to remember. It will be mutable interaction source, and then here we will create our alert dialog. But first, if it is visible, then only we are going to create the alert dialog, and in this alert dialog we are going to have our month picker. So basically this will be our alert dialog, as you can see. So now let's just start it. So here in this alert dialog we are going to have some fields like background color, and the background color will be white. You can choose your background color by yourself. Shape, it will be rounded corner shape. I will pass here as 10%, and then we will have a title. I'm going to keep it empty, and then we just have a text here. We will have a confirm button here, and just remove this and we just remove this. And in this text we are going to have our layout. Here you can see the arrows, the years and month. We will have this in our text. So here we will have a simple column, and in this column we are going to have a, so in this row we are going to have a modifier equals to modifier dot fill max width. We'll just resize it, and here we will have a horizontal arrangement to center and vertical alignment to center vertically. And in this row we are going to have an icon. So instead of this penta we are going to use an image vector, and in this we will pass as our icons dot rounded dot keyboard arrow left and right. You can choose here. I'm going to choose the down arrow. Just reshape it a little bit. It's null. And here we are going to pass a modifier dot size, and size will be about 35 dp. Just import to dp right here. And we will have to rotate this icon to 90 degrees. Instead of degrees we use float, and it will be clickable. And on click, because just a minute, not this, we are going to use this brackets, and in this we are going to pass the indication. So interaction source is our interaction source. This interaction source we are going to pass here. Also we have to pass the indication as null. So why we are doing this? We are doing this to prevent the click gestures of the button, because generally when we used to click this button there will be a effect here. So to remove that effect we are going to use this interaction source and indication on click. So this will be the first button. So when the user clicks the first button, in the left side the value should be -1. So let's minus the year with 1, year minus. And after this icon we are going to have a text which will be our this year, which will represent the year. Text will be year.toString, and here we will have a modifier dot padding, and we will give a padding of start and end of 2020. So horizontal will be 20 dp, right? So after this we are going to have a font size as 24 dp, sorry, sp, and we will have a font family of font weight of bold. So I'll just import this sp, and then we are going to have a similar icon here. It will be this end icon, this icon on the right side, and when the user will click on this icon the value should be increased by 1. So it will be year ++, and the rotation will be -90 f. So after this so now our year section is been complete, and now we will have our month section. Now we will focus on the month section. Now you can see here we have January, February, March, April, May and June. Here we will have a card, 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 and in this card we will pass a modifier we will give a padding, and the padding will be top padding of 30 dp basically. We'll just arrange it a little bit, and we'll have a fill max width, will a full width, and we'll also give the elevation of 0 dp. So it's done. So here in the card we are going to use a flow row. So to use the flow row, you have to import a library from Google, which is accomplish flow layout. Just import it and scan the project. So why we are using the flow layout and flow row? So to create such layouts, we are going to use the flow layouts provided by the Google accomplished libraries, and in that we are going to use the flow row, because we have the row layout here. As you can see, January, February, March, they are in the row. So we are going to use the flow row, which will basically help us to create such layouts in Jetpack Compose. So now let's get back to our project, and here we will use our flow row, and here we will pass our modifier, modifier. We will set the width to the max, and here we will have our main axis spacing, which we will give as 16 dp, and here we will pass our cross axis spacing as 16 dp, and our main axis alignment as center, and our cross alignment as center. So basically what it will do, it will give the 16 dp padding to all of this, and all the layout will be in the center. So now in this flow row, we are going to create this our months. This January, February, March, April, and all this. We are going to create this in our flow row. So here we will pass the months list of our months dot for each, and for each we are going to create a box, and in the modifier dot, the size will be like 60 dp, and also it will be clickable, and when the user will click on this January, February, or any of the months, this set of code should be executed. So not this clickable, we are going to use this. Here we will pass the same indication as null and interaction source as our interaction source, and on click we are going to pass here. In the on click we will pass the month to it. I think it's done. It's done. And here in the box, here we also have a background, and the background color will be as color dot transparent, and also we are going to have alignment, the content alignment as center. So here in this box, as you can see, when we are clicking on the month, there is a box which is animating itself when we are clicking on the particular month. So now we are going to create that box. So here we will create a new variable name as animated size by animate dp as state. So here in the target value we are going to pass if the user has selected the month equals to it. So if the user has selected that particular month, then and then only the animation should be done. So here we will pass a 60 dp as the size of the, here we will pass 60 dp, and else we will pass 0 dp as the size of this blue color box. And then we are going to have a animation spec, and in this animation spec we are going to pass twin, and in this twin we can set the duration, and I think it should be 500 milliseconds. Here the value will be in milliseconds, and we are going to pass the easing as linear easing slow, as linear out slow in. You can select yourself, you can just check and test yourself, be some more creative. And here we will have a box, and in the modifier we are going to pass the modifier dot size, and here in the size we will pass the animated size. So basically this box represents the blue color box. When we are clicking on the particular month, this box will be animated and will be shown to the users. And in the background we will give a background color. The color will be like, if the month is equals to the selected month, then the color of the month should be like blue, or you can choose by yourself, else it will be just a minute, it will be transparent, color dot transparent. And for shape we are going to pass a circular shape here, circular shape. And at last we will have the text here, which will represent the month. Here we will just pass it and the color of this text. So here we will pass the color of the text, and the text of the color will depend. If the user has selected the month, then the text color should be white, else it should be black. If month is equals to selected month, then it should be like white, and else it should be black. Done. So I think it's completed. Our month section is completed. So now our month section has been completed. Now we are going to focus on these two buttons, and cancel and the OK button. Now we will have the button section here. Buttons, and for now this for buttons we are going to have a row layout. Just pass the modifier as fill max width. Just align this, and in this row we are going to pass the horizontal arrangement as end. And here in this row we are going to create a outline box. Just remove this to do in here. Let's reshape. So here we will pass a modifier, and modifier dot padding. We will give a padding of end 20 dp and of bottom as 30 dp. Now we will just do one thing. We will just remove this padding from here, and we will just put the padding in the row. It's good. And here we will do a padding at end equals to like 20 dp. Here we are going to call the cancel clicked. We are just going to call the cancel click, and we will just pass the shape as the circular shape, and we will give a border stroke. 1 dp will be the width, and the color for this will be like transparent. For this I am not going to give a border for this outline button, and the color will be like button colors, button defaults dot outline button color. And here in this we are going to pass a background color of transparent, and here in this box we are going to have a simple text, which will be saying like cancel. And the color of this text will be black, and the font size will be like 20 sp, and the font weight will be medium. Now we are just going to copy this outline box, just paste it for one more time, and just rename this cancel to OK, and we are going to pass the color as blue. Now our coding part is complete for this month picker function. Okay, so we have not called the confirm button yet. We'll just pass the confirm button clicked, and here in this we are going to pass the month which was selected by the user, and here we are going to pass months dot index of the month, and we'll just increase it by 1, and for year we're just going to pass the year. Now let's change the color of this to blue. Now our coding part for this month picker has been complete in this file. Now we are just going to call this month picker from our main activity. Just remove this extra stuff and just rename this surface to column. Just remove this color, and I will just center all the layout. And here in this column we are going to have a note here. We will just create a variable here, name as visible by remember, and it will be a mutable state of predefined value will be true. And then we are going to create a new variable as name as date. It will be also a mutable state of, say, it will be a string, and we are going to create another variable. It will be a val variable as current month, and here we will pass the calendar dot get instance dot get, and here in this we are going to pass calendar dot month. Again we are going to do the same thing for year, just to change it to year. Now here in this we are going to call our month picker, and the visibility state will be like visible. Current month will pass our current month, and the year will pass the current year, current month. Just it's simple year. And here in the confirm button click, we will get the month and our year. And we will just current month to the month. Just change to it. And here we will pass our date as month and year. And also we are going to have the, just remove this from here, and here we will have the cancel click, and in the cancel click we are going to set the visible to false. And then we are just going to have a simple normal text, and here we will pass date and a modifier dot clickable, and when the user will click on it, visible will be true. True. Just and here we are going to pass the visibility to false. Now our coding part is been complete. Now let's run this our application. Now as you can see, our app has been running and it is running pretty smooth, and we can now able to choose the month and the year as we wanted, and then just click on the OK, and here we have got our month and year. Now our month picker is been working pretty fine. Now I hope you find this video helpful, and if you, then please like this video and subscribe to my channel for more freshly brewed content.